Babysitters versus nannies. What really is the difference between a babysitter and a nanny? Most importantly, nannies, before you go to babysit or before you go to nanny, make sure that you and the parent are on the same page because you really want to avoid this next scenario that I'm going to read about. So this is correspondences between a nanny and a family, a mom and dad. I'm not going to reveal the mom or dad's names or the nanny's names, but I would like to hear what nannies you would do if you were in this situation, babysitters, what would you do if you were in this situation, and parents, same to you. So here goes. Dear Nanny, it was great seeing you tonight, and I'm really looking forward to hearing all about the fun the boys had with you tomorrow. That being said, after you left, husband and I were about to get ready for bed when we realized that none of the dishes had been washed, just rinsed off. The tables and counters needed to be washed down, and there was still a mountain of clothes to be folded. While we didn't particularly request that you take care of these things while we were out, we would have thought it would have occurred to you to do basic evening cleanup so that we wouldn't have to when we got home. Quite frankly, we were disappointed to say the least. Thanks again for watching the boys tonight. Best, signed by employers. Then the nanny responds, Dear employer, there are so many ways I can go about responding to this email, but the main thing I want to do is convey respect. It appears that you expect a babysitter to do work that I consider a housekeeper's duty. I understand that a full-time nanny does do light housekeeping. However, I think that most people would agree that there is a difference between putting away dishes that a child uses during dinner, putting away toys and personal items used by the child during the day, and putting away their clothes and shoes they wore during the day. It's different than doing the whole family's laundry that was piled up before I even arrived, or doing a drying rack full of dishes that was also piled up before I even arrived. I usually like to be helpful, and to accomplish this goal of being helpful, last night I put away all of the boys' dirty clothes from the day, cleaned up the books and toys that they read and played with during the evening, organized the bathroom after bath time, wiped down the kitchen table, put dishes in the dishwasher that could be washed, and left the few remaining dishes that could not fit in the dish rack in the sink. I also unloaded the kids' backpacks and put away their lunch bags and leftover food. But more importantly, we read books, played with Legos, had tickle time, and built forts. As a professional who knows the ropes with nannies and housekeepers, I assume that if you wanted me to do additional housekeeping duties, you would have asked me in advance and realized that was an entirely different job than that of a babysitter and requires additional funding. I don't mean to be nitpicky. However, it's important that we clarify this so there is no future misunderstandings. I do enough housekeeping work at my own house, and I have a house cleaner to do most of it because I do not enjoy doing it. I would love to help you as a nanny, but not as a housekeeper. If you need both, then perhaps I'm not your girl. If you need somebody who is just a child care provider, who also loves your boys and is also happy to help doing the light housework involved with child care, like what I did last night, then I would love to continue babysitting your boys because I always know that what you want for them is just the best. I know your number one concern is their safety and happiness, not a clean house. I'm always grateful for the opportunities to take care of your children because I really enjoy them. I hope you have a great evening. Sincerely, Nanny. Now the employer writes back. Dear Nanny, thanks for your thoughtful response. I guess we have different ideas as to what constitutes the duties of a babysitter, especially the one who is at our home while the children are asleep for the night. I would imagine that the kids kept you very busy until they went to bed, and I appreciate the effort you made to ensure they had a great time and were safe. However, they were in bed, according to you, by 7:30 p.m., and we didn't come home until 10 p.m. I imagine it took you perhaps a half an hour to do the light pickup that you did, but that leaves 2 hours when we were paying you $28 an hour to do what? Read a book? Watch TV? Even Auntie, who we don't pay to watch the boys, puts away the clean dishes in the drying rack, washes the dirty dishes, wipes down the kitchen counters and the kitchen table before we come home, none of which had been done last night. I just can't imagine being paid $20 an hour to sit on my bottom and watch TV, not even fold clothes while doing it, and feel like my employer was getting their money's worth. Thank you for clarifying your thoughts as to what constitutes the duties of a babysitter, making $20 an hour. We will keep that in mind. Best, the employer. And one more thought from the employer. $20 an hour is not what we typically pay babysitters, but is what we have paid our highest paid nannies in the past and in a different economic environment. Our cleaning ladies make significantly less than that amount. Signed, the employer. So really this leaves open quite a few questions. Number one, what's the role of a nanny? And then what's the role of a babysitter? How are those two roles different? how much should house cleaning be involved in the nanny's role, and also how much should house cleaning be involved in a babysitter's role? What does basic evening cleaning consist of? In this letter, it sounds like basic evening cleaning just means wiping down the tabletops, doing a few dishes, folding a few clothes. But what did the parent really want? Underneath it all, did they really want all of their dishes to be washed and all of their loads of laundry to be folded? And does that mean that that's basic evening cleaning? Should babysitters be paid just to provide a safe environment for the children, or are they also paid to clean the house? And again, if they are paid to be cleaning the house, what level of cleaning should it be? If a nanny also works for a family as a babysitter, should she be paid different rates, or should it be paid the same rate between the two roles? And is it fair to involve compensation in this instance of a family member? So if the family says, oh, well, we pay our auntie nothing and she cleans more than you, is that a fair statement to be making? And what do you guys think about that? So a lot of questions here. I'd love to hear your feedback.